This is the flagship of the laptop flagships. Let's review Alienware 18 Area-51. Hey everyone, and welcome back to BinoshaTech channel. I'm Amin Khaliqi, and today we're gonna talk about this beautiful and expensive laptop. At around $7,000, we can have this laptop, Alienware 18 Area-51, with Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX processor along with Nvidia RTX 5090 at 175 watts, which is just powerful. I mean, this laptop has the most powerful hardware we've ever seen in any Windows laptop, and we got to have this to review. Let's start the review with body and chassis design. I gotta say, I like the body and chassis design of this laptop, especially the RGB lighting and the accent of the laptop. You can see there is a blue accent on the lid and the bottom of the laptop, which looks great. And I gotta say, the plastic keyboard deck is not that bad. I mean, we have to have this material to get through our gaming sessions and easily play for 2 to 3 hours without burning our hands with the metal keyboard deck. And for the keyboard, we have a beautiful keyboard. It has pair key RGB lighting with standard keys and full-size keyboard with numpad, which is great, and you can customize the lighting through Alienware Command Center application. For the trackpad, we have a beautiful one with one of the best tracking I've ever seen. It has RGB lighting and it looks gorgeous. I like it a lot. Above the keyboard, we have a part to improve the airflow, and you can change the RGB lighting of the fans in that area, which is beautiful. And we also have RGB on the back over here and on the Alienware logo, which looks great. For the ports, we have one SD card port on the right and one audio combo jack, and that's it. Other ports are on the back. We have 3 USB-A ports at only 5 gigabits per second. I don't know why, but I don't like it. We have 2 Thunderbolt 5 ports that I really love, and I admire this speed on Type-C ports. And we have RJ45 at 5 gigabits per second, which is amazing, and one HDMI 2.1 along with power cord, which can charge this laptop with up to 360 watts, which is amazing. And the charger is huge and the laptop is huge. So I gotta say, you have to carry a huge bag with great portability, with great comfort to carry this laptop, because it weighs around 4.3 kilograms only for the laptop and more than 1 kilograms for the charging adapter. And you have to carry both of them because you can't rely on the battery on this laptop. And we are talking about 5.5 kilograms of weight for this laptop. It's almost the same as some ITX cases, which is a lot. For this section, I will give this laptop a 9 out of 10, which is enough, I think, because this laptop deserves this score, but I wanted to give it 10 out of 10. I can't, because the weight is just too much. And one more thing I have problem with is Alienware Command Center application. It ran through some bugs, and every time we played some games, the laptop restarted itself, and it wasn't a great experience. Fortunately, in Reddit, we found some workarounds around this, and we installed Alienware FX application that solved our problem. If you found this kind of problem on your Alienware, you can use this application too. And for the build quality, I should note that the wobble for the screen is almost nothing, and this means we have a great hinge on this laptop because it has a huge and heavy screen that doesn't wobble at all. For the screen, I should say we have one of the best screens out there. We have an 18-inch IPS panel over here with 500 nits of brightness and 300 Hz refresh rate. It's just great. I mean, it's just great. We have 100% of sRGB color coverage and more than 80% Adobe RGB, which is great. And I gotta say, I like it, and I prefer to have OLED or mini LED at this price range, but this is one of the best screens you can find anyway. So I will give it a 9 out of 10 score. And I should note, there is a new model on 2026 model with OLED panel that you can buy right now. So what about the performance? This laptop has Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX processor along with Nvidia RTX 1590 GPU. With 64 GB of RAM in this model, I can assure you that this laptop can run anything you want or anything you throw at it at easily more than 60 FPS. We also have 2 TB of storage on this machine. Unfortunately, it is capped at Gen 4 SSD speeds, but you can upgrade the SSDs with Gen 5 storage. For the cooling, we have quad fan design on this laptop, and I gotta say, it gets the job done easily without a problem, and it just works flawlessly. I love it, and the airflow and everything about the cooling is done right, which is good. But that Alienware Command Center problem wasn't ideal. So let's talk about benchmarks. We tested CMH 2024 in this machine and we got 134 score for the single core and 2120 in multi-core, which is good, and it is one of the best scores we've ever seen in Intel Core Ultra 9 processors. In CMH 2026, we got 506 for the single core and more than 8600 in multi-core. In GPU, we got more than 104,000 scores, which is amazing. And for the CPU wattage, we got 189 watts of CPU wattage, 107 degrees for the CPU temperature. And for the GPU wattage, we've got 209 watts for the GPU wattage, which is odd because this laptop capped at 175 watts. I don't know, it's a problem with HW info application, or we are getting this amount of power from this laptop. I don't know which one is true, but this is the stats we have over here. And for the GPU temperature, we've got 82 degrees, which is good. In Geekbench, we've got more than 3000 in single core and almost 2200 in multi-core. In Time Spy, we've got 24,000 scores, which is one of the best scores we've ever seen in any laptop. This means this laptop can handle 3D applications and game easily. In SD Nomad, we've got 6300 scores, and in Blender, we've got almost 8600 scores, which is amazing. For the SSD speeds, we got 7.5 GB for the read and 6.7 GB for the write. In Adobe Premiere, we got 3 minutes and 9 seconds of render time, which is not ideal. I expected more from this laptop with 64 GB of RAM and 1590 GPU, but we couldn't have it, and I don't know. I expect to have almost 30% better performance over here. We couldn't get that. In Adobe After Effects, we got 3 minutes and 34 seconds of render time, which is not ideal like Adobe Premiere. We tested some games in this machine like Cyberpunk 2077 in 7 different scenarios, and we got almost 250 FPS with this machine and up to 300 FPS in max frames if you enable multi-frame generation 4 times in DLSS 4, which is good, but it is not that great experience. We can get that amount of frame rates, but I don't recommend it. Multi-frame generation is ideal at 2 times or at max at 3 times. I don't recommend you to set it to 4 times because the latency would be a bit annoying. In Rainbow Six Siege X, in 2 different scenarios, we got more than 200 FPS easily, which is good and fascinating. And in Fragpunk, we've got more than 400 FPS. In Epic and in Standard, we've got more than 600 FPS in average, which is amazing. In Black Myth Wukong, in 3 different scenarios, we got more than 80 FPS in average, which is amazing. And in Marvel Rivals, we can have up to 200 FPS in average, which is just great. In Red Dead Redemption 2, in 2 different scenarios, we can easily get over 100 FPS. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we can get up to 200 FPS. And in Forza, we can get easily 100 FPS without a problem. So it was the performance section for this laptop, and I gotta say, I loved it, and I will give it a 9 out of 10. You may say, why 9? Why not 10? Because the price is too high for this laptop. And I don't like 5090 laptop because they are almost the same as 5080 on laptop, just with more VRAM. And you can do lots more with this money. I mean, you can get 5080 laptops at around $4,000 or $3,500 easily without a problem. And with $2,500 extra, you can get lots of things like buying a PS5 Pro, an iPhone 18 Pro Max in the next 2 months, or lots of things. And I don't like it to see we have $7,000 device in my desk. It's not that great to have this laptop at this price. So let's get to the next section, speakers, webcam, and battery life. About the speakers, I should say, we have a quad set of stereo speakers which works great, and I like them. They are loud, they are bassy, and I like them. So this is the webcam quality of Alienware 18 Area-51. What do you think about it? I think it has a good webcam, but at this price, I prefer to have a better webcam like 2K webcam. And I gotta say, I like it. And what do you think about the mic quality? I should note that we have Windows Hello Face ID, and it is good to have it, but unfortunately, we don't have privacy shutter button over here. For the battery, we have 95 watt-hour battery over here, and it can last around 4 to 5 hours, but we don't expect it to last long because we have a huge 18-inch screen with 5090 and the 275HX processor, which is power hungry enough to juice your laptop battery to the last. So, what's the verdict on this laptop? I gotta say, I love it, I like it, but the price is just too high. And you can configure it with mechanical keyboards or better display or more affordable GPU like 5080. And for me, I would choose 5080 because for just a bit less performance, I can get this beautiful and amazing laptop. So what do you think about this laptop? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.